It's been 70 years since Canadian soldiers helped turn the tide of the Second World War. But few people know of their remarkable achievement in a mission called Operation Husky. So today a concert was held in Italy to honor their efforts and right a historical wrong. The CBC's Susanna De Silva has the story.
Directly in front of me is the pipe band of the Seaforth Highlanders.
The CBC's Peter Stursberg in 1943, as Canadian troops paused to celebrate their liberation of Sicily from Nazi forces and their Italian allies.
Besides hundreds of townspeople, there are scores of Canadian soldiers.
A scene recreated today, exactly 70 years later.
For at long last, Canadian troops were to go into action.
Operation Husky was the code name for the Allied invasion of Sicily, a big moment for Canada's military.
Nobody expected us to do much, but our Canadian soldiers, 25,000 of them, punched way above their weight.
But their role was overshadowed by American and British troops and then largely forgotten. Steve Gregory and his son Eric heard about Operation Husky 7 years ago when Eric decided to do a school project on it. But they soon discovered how little was known about Canada's involvement, so they set out to change that.
And as we walk, we will place a marker like this one for each of the Canadians who gave their lives.
This trip was organized to retrace the steps of the Canadian 1st Division. It took 22 days, ending at the cemetery where most of the Canadian casualties are buried. This year's march began with just 13 people, but their numbers have grown to hundreds, and they've chronicled every step online.
When I was, 13 and my dad first said, hey, I think I want to do this Operation Husky 2013 campaign, I thought it was impossible. Here we are. In July of 2013.
The Canadians have been greeted in every community by grateful Italians. One of the few living Operation Husky veterans appreciates the renewed attention.
People, when they find you're in the service, the first question is, oh, were you a D-Day? See? Well, that kind of upsets you.
Smith! Jobin!
At the end of this year's journey, a roll call of the Canadians who died.
This occasion, I think, has finally made me realize, even though they're gone, and even though they were young, that they accomplished something really positive for this country.
This trip has helped 91-year-old Atkinson finally find peace with the sacrifices made here. Susanna De Silva, CBC News, Vancouver.